Luke chapter 7 says that there was a widow who had a son. I know that the husband died because the Bible depicts her title-wise a widow.
Yeah.
I know she's a widow because the partner died. She's a widow because her son's father passed. She's a widow because the person that she committed her life with didn't reach the fulfillment of the agreement. He died. You won't find that in there. I don't know why you keep looking down at it. You ever been in that place with God where you've reached an agreement? God, I told you I'd never come do that again if you wouldn't let me hurt like this again. You ever reached that with your parents? They told me if I did good in school that God would look out for me. They told me if I didn't lie and steal and cheat on him, that he wouldn't do it to me. You ever been in that place in life? You take the hand of the wife and she's taking somebody else in your house and you trying to find out, God, I did what I was asked and required to do. Says the partner died. And she's left with no name, but just a title. Because the position means nothing if it holds no weight. The position means nothing if it holds no weight. I missed somebody. So the position means nothing if it holds no weight. Her position is humble because she finds herself in a funeral. So she's not pumped up about her. She's in a position for change to come. But it holds no weight because her son is dead. You got to know when you're in a powerless place, that's when your silence can break open heaven's door. That's when you're not able to speak to it, but God is able to see your sadness about it. That's when you are selected not for your words, but your tears, where all of heaven opens up and stops at a standstill, because God identifies when praise is real, when worship is pure, when he can see your emotions are not influenced by appetite, but they're manipulated by the world hurting you. It says that she is in a position for change to come. And Jesus just happens to be walking by. It says on the day after this. I don't know what yesterday was. But on the day that he comes to the funeral procession, it was after this. Oh my God, I feel it right there. I said I wasn't gonna preach no more, and I promise I'm almost done. I ain't gonna be 5 more minutes. It may not even be 4. It may not even be 3. It may be 2. It may be 1. I'm saying after this, you got to know we're ending it. We are ending this as soon as Jaden gets crying with that.
Anybody like a baby today?
After this. The Bible says after you have suffered a little while, after this, after you've been under the storm and the stress, after this, after you've been doubted and disputed and folk didn't like you and wanted to sit with you, they told you, no, you can't sit with us. After this, after you failed out and flunked out, there's an after this. There is an after you were divorced, and there was an after you had the child. There was an after the man walked away. There was an after you got fired from the job. There was an after you walked off and said you was going to start your own, and folk didn't believe you and said you'd fall on your back. There was an after that. There was an after you were alleged to be dead, but God said that there was something more on your future. There was more on your faith. There was more on you than what they said would be the ending of you. There was an after. After this. I'm talking to somebody who believes God for the after. That there's an after. There is an after this. After you've come back. After you have found that God's favor is still over your life. After the baby stops screaming. After you buy the house. After you're driving in the car. After you stop preaching about it and start living it because you're walking into it. There is an after this. After this, Jesus comes by. And I need to tell you, maybe last season you didn't see him, but this season he lives with you. After this, he lives with you. After they walk off and leave you and say that you be here all of your life, you'd end up getting put out and being in a dumpster somewhere under a cardboard box, that God comes and lives with you and makes sure you're never homeless, never hopeless. You're not ever dreamless. You're not ever visionless. You're not ever assignmentless. You are purposed after this. How do I know that? Because Jesus runs by. He stops by. He walks by, he runs by. If he's driving by, I know he's coming by. And for anybody on today who didn't believe God had you in mind, let me tell you on today that he'll stop by. He'll stop by your hopeless place and bring hope to it. He'll stop by the dead place and bring resurrection faith to it. He'll stop by a dark place and be a sun in it. He'll stop by. And I know they said that you couldn't, but he'll stop by and make sure that you did. I know that you weren't supposed to, but he'll make sure that he's able to stop by and perform it in you anyway. He'll stop by and watch what he does. Watch what he does as I come to a close. I promise I'm done. I won't be one more minute. He says that I'm stopping by. Here's what I'm doing when I'm stopping by. I'm naming this. I know that it didn't have a name. That's why you can really heal from it, but I'm naming it. I'm naming everything dead alive. I'm naming everything that they gave up on, never to give up on itself. I'm naming it where it was hopeless, that it will perform in the life of this. I'm telling you that where you would be unaccomplished, I'm calling you fulfilled in it, where you will be achieved. I'm calling you alive. I'm calling you to survive. I'm calling you to do more than just thrive, but come here and put yourself in a place where God is able to touch it and heal it, mend it and make it, take it, not break it, but bless it. Jesus resurrects it. It says that he got up. You be thinking he's just gonna stop all by himself. Let's change it for something else for him. If he didn't like it the first time that you played it, why would you just restart it for him?